Hi, Fresh. We can't hear your music.
Good day. Good to see you, PK. Utahu's music, you can't hear my music. What's going on?
No, sure I can hear. I can hear your music.
You can hear my music. Are you just trying to?
Okay, you can continue with the music.
I can continue the music. Are you sure you want to continue the music? You don't want to hear my voice? Welcome, Balalele, wherever you are, to yet again another segment in prime time with us kind of live here on Sky's Metro FM. You can see she's smiling. Let me tell you right now, Pamela Uyawote. Imvula ngedlala elimnandi lapana elivela kuthandizana and the gang lithi kuwe. What a beautiful Sunday it is. For coming through tonight, this afternoon. We'll get together every corner corner Esqongweni chill spot. Into Bendala OPK Ube Konangale representing us.
Yeah, you have to say hi to me.
I was trying to frozen. Hi to who? I'm not saying hi to you. I'm still talking to the family. And let me first say hi, PK, what's up, baby? What's up?
How are you? You know, when I see you, I always smile.
Hey,
you always put a smile on my face.
I smile too when I see you. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to talking to you on radio. How you doing?
Same. I'm all right. How are you?
Fabulous. You look like a bag of money this afternoon. I saw you.
We had fun, man. You missed out a lot. We had fun. It's 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. Balaleli, welcome to Sky's Metro FM, Savanto 100.3 FM and 94.1. My name is My name is Pam Kelly. And I'm with him, Umalume Fresh, my other half. Yeah, my other half.
I'm the other half that is always caring. That is
So welcome to Asakari on Sky's Metro FM. And if you're listening outside the Goblawa, all surrounding areas, that's at www.skysmetroradio.co.zw. You can also find us on Radio Garden. We're there. And we also have an app on Google Store. So yeah, if you can't You can also watch us live on Facebook, on our Facebook platforms, that on Skies Metro FM and on Asakane live Facebook page. And what happened today was it was awesome. We had an awesome day, and I just, I think we can spend the whole day talking about it. But I just want to send a shout out to all the organizers here from Lawa, Umlungisi, there was Nhlanhla, and of course none other than the MC.
Yes.
BK, my guy, you were on fire.
No.
And yes, the ladies from Bulawayo, you were looking hot like a heater. They were looking hot and fresh, man. Thank you for representing.
They did. I was really taken back today at the community, at the togetherness that was displayed today. We asked about to PK during the organization. They're saying, I'll get there. Who am I going to talk to when I get there? Please do not ignore me, but I can rest assure you tonight. Relationships were forced. People now know each other, and we can only be a better place. Community Masasazana. But a big shout out to the guys. Esqongweni Chill Sport. Esqongweni Chill Sport. People must go out there and check it out. Esqongweni Chill Sport. And I want to shout out a big thank you to the management, to the owners of the facility for opening up their doors for us as a community. And hey, what a day. Yes, it was an amazing day. Good to see you. Sfanele Moyo, I see you. Sfa because there was another Sfa. She thought it was you. No, I see you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Zendimpo Mpande, I see you as well, wherever you are. Dennis Gold. Welcome to the program. On the Facebook platform. We can take a that are listening on the airways of event. I am home and safe. She came all the way from Escotini to Esqongweni Chill Sport to meet up with people. But what a beautiful day it was, PK. Thank you for showing up and representing. And it was lovely seeing you there.
I wish you were there. I actually wished you were there.
Really, I wanted to come. And then Umlungisi decides to put me on the spot and says, Malume, you have to come on and say a speech, talk to people. Can you believe that? Well, I did. The problem is when people give me a mic, and stop.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I know you. And anyway, if you want to come through via our WhatsApp platform, that's 077 4460100 077-4460100. And you know what we normally do before we got into a main topic of the week, or should I say of the day or of the night, we normally get to look at what's happening, what happened during the course of the week. We want to say congratulations to our very own Marvelous Nakamba. He was selected as player of the month for his club Aston Villa. And when I left home, they were playing Leicester City, if I'm not mistaken. My apologies if I'm wrong, because I'm not a soccer fan. But anyway, it's not an excuse. But I think I saw they were leading 2-1, and it was just maybe under 4 minutes, I think. So we want to say congratulations in order to him, and hopefully he's going to keep raising the flag high. And Fresh, I told you that we have a surprise. We have somebody who loves us.
Yes. I can't wait to meet her. She loves us.
She loves us, and she's only 11 years old, and she's excited. She's in the studio. You guys, you can't see her for now. You'll see her when she's saying bye. So you're going to say hi. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, what's your name? Nogubong. How old are you? 11 years. Look. So what exactly do you love about radio? Your volume is too high. Yes, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Radio, I can't really say in specific, but Skies Metro FM, I listen to it every morning before I go to school, and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It inspired me.
Do you want to be a radio DJ when you grow up?
Yes.
Really? Uh-huh. So, okay, Ugogo, you left her outside, aren't you? Mm-hmm. So, if you're given a mic, let's say something, just say something that you want to say. You want to say, send a shout out to anyone?
Yes, I'd like to say a shout out to my friend. Today's her birthday.
Uh-huh. Oh,
So
happy
happy
birthday to
birthday.
friend.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uyamazi, umalume uyamazi.
I think so.
You think so? Auntie, you've seen her. You've
Hello,
seen her.
Mchana.
Sorry.
Hello, Mchana. Hello, Mchana.
Hello.
How you doing, Mchana?
Can you hear me? Him?
Yes.
Yes, he's asking how you doing.
I'm okay, thank you.
What grade are you, my love?
I'm in grade 6.
You are in grade 6. How you find in school? Who's your teacher?
Mrs. Nari.
Oh, Mrs. Nari. Mrs.
Yes.
Nari. And to Zile Pimke. Oh, Mrs. Nari. Mrs. Nari. I love that day. Mrs. Nari. Mrs. Nari. I love it. Which school do you go to, Mama?
I'm Dominican Convent Primary School.
Dominican Convent Primary School. That's what's
Yes.
up. That's what's up.
Yes, that's what's up.
Nari. This
That's
is
what's
Mrs.
up.
Nari.
That's what's up.
That's what's
Uh-huh.
up.
So besides being a radio DJ, what else would, let's say if you fail to be a radio DJ, what else would you want to do?
I'd like to be an actor.
And
Yes.
okay, so you're an arts person, entertainment person.
Yes.
All right, okay. So I want you to move from there. You come here and just want to say hi to our viewers who are watching on Facebook, and hi to my partner there. So you can see, I know you know him, just say hi to him.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Hello.
You look beautiful, Mama. You look beautiful. Why did you leave Ukoko outside? I wanted to talk to Coco. I wanted to say hi to Coco as well. Eh?
Who's that?
You said
We
your
are next
teacher was
time.
who? Tell me your teacher's name again one more time, baby. Tell me your teacher's name one more time.
Mrs. Nari.
Mrs. Nare. Mrs. Nare.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, please shower her with some likes and some hearts. Una Nalapana, who's visitors at in the studio. She says she loves Upem Kelly Lomalumu Fresh, and we love her too. And it would be nice to give. What would you like for Christmas?
A skateboard.
A skateboard. PK, look for a
Yes.
skateboard for her, okay? I'm going to give you an assignment. Look for a skateboard. I'm going to ask one of our listeners or our viewers here on Asakane to donate a skateboard to you, my dear, because you love us.
Thank
you love
you.
Asakane, you love Skies Metro.
So this is an early Xmas present, hey?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Well,
All right,
appreciate
because she's here. She won't stay. She's young, and you're going to school tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So you're gonna go. Again, now that your friends are watching, maybe they're watching on television. No, sorry, not on. You see, now I'm thinking we're on television. On they're watching on Facebook. Just send a shout out to them.
All right. Hi, everyone. I hope you're seeing me right now. I'm having the time of my life.
And your mom.
Hi, Mom. How are you? I'm enjoying it here.
You're enjoying it here. You don't want to go on?
No.
I wish you could stay here, but maybe one of these days I'm gonna call you when I'm here during the course of the day. But today you gotta go, and thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for loving us.
All right. Thank you for having me here.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, listen. Tell Mrs. Nare, Uncle Fresh said hello. And
Okay.
we want Mrs. Nari to come in
Yeah.
and visit us in the studio again. Okay, Mama? Have yourself a
Yes.
lovely week, and keep your head up. Listen to your teacher. You look like a bright girl. I have no doubt that very soon we will see you in the studio, you doing your thing
Okay.
and representing us and carrying
Okay.
the flag.
Thank you.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye. Say hi to your gogo, hey?
Okay.
All right. And also, Fresh, what happened? There's a group called the TP Crew. That's Tutu Page. This is a group of Skies Metro FM listeners. They had a get together as well. It was amazing. Yesterday, I went there, and unfortunately, I couldn't eat the cake. I left being a Gasly cake, but yeah, it was good to see everybody there and enjoying and supporting this guy's Metro FM.
You know what I'm loving? You know what I'm enjoying, PK, about it? I'm enjoying this togetherness that is sort of infectious amongst the Mtwarazi people. You know, Abantu Bagiti, they are sort of coming together. Everywhere I look, people are coming together. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is
you love
beautiful.
that? I mean, when people are coming together and saying, we are Skies Metro listeners and we are coming together to celebrate, that's beautiful.
That it is beautiful. But whilst we are celebrating, please let's not forget that Omicron is with us. So please let's be safe, sanitize, and mask up. I know I saw some comments on Asakane, they saying, hey, Omicron now why are you guys not masking up? But hey, we hope that we will keep safe this festive season. So make sure that you sanitize, you mask up, social distance. Yes, we encourage that one. I know sometimes we can get carried away, but yeah, the fun we had us during this weekend, hey. And I'm hoping you guys, your weekend was fabulous as well. What you're up to, you can get in touch with us and tell us what you were up to. 077-4460-100, or the number if you're watching on Facebook, the number there on your screen right now, on your screens. Is that the TV screen or what? On your screen there, that's the number. On your Facebook platform, that's the number you can get through to us, and let's have fun. And yes, 16 minutes after the hour for 9 o'clock. Welcome one more time. Who Konzano Sebwile in fresh?
Which is
Konzano.
Konzano, say hello.
I know he's the first person to normally come.
Konzano uthi hello. Uthi hello. Kuthiwa nguNoli Chuma asiyakubona uthi Mrs. Nori, good to see you. Kelly Pepe siyakubingelela laphana. Umfane Bhaca, King Mfane Bhaca, I see you as well. Bongi Precious Ncube, I see you that way too. Welcome to the conversation again. This is Asakana Live on Skies Metro FM, where we do radio like they do TV. Most likely on Skies Metro Facebook page. Please share the link. And as well, if you are here on Asakana Live, please share the link. In terminal last week, bangani bami ngizohlele ngihlupha. Ungathi lapha ngiyabona there is 120 of you that I see here on the platform here that I'm looking at. If each and every one of you can share, just click the link, share, link button, share. Inhlelo zethu esibalazo lo PK. Namhlanje we decided to talk about an issue that is esemlonyeni yabantu. We're talking about gender-based violence, but however, we chose to specifically talk about rape amongst spouses, rape amongst partners. When is it rape? We hear people saying they've been raped. Now, we are obviously looking at Jub Jub correction sigis. Chop phezu kwenye la manje sebemthe chop phezu kwakhe umthe chop phezu kwakhe ngenxa ukuthi bathi khona uthi yena she was raped for 2 years straight. Jub Jub, and now people are coming out saying Jub Jub has raped him. Now we want to talk about, we know what rape is as it were. It's rape. But now we're talking about rape among spouses in a relationship, in a marriage. When a partner says, I was raped, when is the time? When do you say this is rape? When do you draw the line to say this is rape? Is it a realistic thing to say you were raped for such a length of time? Sifuna ukuyizwisisa-ke le ndaba ngoba bathi i-rape ikhona ngoba namhlanje ngesuku zalamhlanje probably we do not understand what really consent is. What is consent and what is not consent in a relationship, in a marriage? Do you have a right onto your partner's body when you are now married? When you are married, PK, njengoba sishadile sinje sisonke, so kumele ngicele every night ngithi PK ngicela phela ukuthi ngithabathe isidlo singene enkonzweni yakusihlo, ngifuna ke ukuthi unikeze isidlo. Kumele ngiqale ngikhulume lawe ngicele uzuvume uthi hayi kuhle baba nansi isidlo usungathabatha, or vice versa. Is it also ukuthi lawe you now have to ask me uthi hey samfana, lamhlanje bengifuna ukuthi mhlawumbe singangena ekamereni singene enkonzweni yakusihlwa sivumelane kube le agreement. Kumbe ile khona ukuthi mase ungena enkonzweni yakusihlwa ngoba kungezwakala ukufudumala kwemzimba sokusenzakala ngendlela okwenzakala ngakhona. Angazi ukuthi bakwenza kanjani abanye ukuthi bafika njani kuleso sikhathi sokuthi kwenza inkonzo yakusihlwa. La uyakwazi into umuntu omdala, we know how. But however, it is a serious conversation that we want to have as a people. Because now in our generation, when at PMK, we are living a life where we are walking on eggshells with anything that's got to do lempilo in general. where people are failing to stand up straight and speak out on the truth, on realities of life, because people will say, you know what, as long as we're right, ngoba sekule this angazi ukuthi ngayibeka ngithi ni civilization or ngama-laws athile, but we're just a society, PK, that is so careful about anything. And it reminds me of a video that I saw when someone said, when you compare Christianity and Muslims, Christians are slowly losing identity and who they are because they cannot stand for anything. They're now falling for everything. And among Muslims, they are strict. Someone said, among Muslims, if you want to see the truth in that, if someone can walk in the streets wearing a t-shirt that Jesus is gay, Jesus is gay. Someone said, the Christians will be like, megeleni lo sizamthandazela, that effect. But if you walk around with a t-shirt that's written Muhammad is gay, you might not walk 20 meters.
Yes.
Because they stand on what they believe in. So I'm saying, as a people now, we all walk on eggshells. So silamhlanje sikhethe ukuthi sikhulume PK nge-rape. Do you believe?
Yes.
Do you believe it ngaku-rape mina njengomfazi wami?
Yes.
Ngaku-rape njani?
If I say no. But anyway, Fresh, before me and you start talking about this one, because me and you will argue about it, you know that, right? Yes, we'll argue. But before we actually get into details, we'll need to talk to a legal expert who would tell us, so that Tina will come later on, and then we discuss her later after she has explained all these things. Then maybe you can answer. Can you or can you not rape?
No, but here's what I think. I just want you to ask her to hold on a little bit. I'll tell you why. Because now she can dispel the myths that we have. Because I don't want her to crush what we have in our minds first. Legal aspects. So what we believe and what we know about consensual agreement between you and I when it comes to inkonzo yakusihlwa. Shadil. So here's the basic understanding. You and my wife were married, and by being married, it gives me the right or the ability, or rather, for a lack of a better word, the right to have inkonzo yakusihlwa at any time I want. I don't have to go elsewhere. I don't have to go Power. I don't have to go to the ladies of the night and solicit and purchase for it, pay money for it, because now I can have that we can do this legally. And vice versa. Lie ngokufana naye lie sengathola kimi ngokunjalo. This is the general understanding and general belief. Correct me if I'm wrong.
When you say the right to anytime, I'm just to anytime. Yes. Anytime. What if I'm tired? Because anytime.
Then if you're tired, you're tired. We cannot do it because you're tired.
If you're talking about a right, can you say no to a right? If I have right to education, can the government say no to my rights? Because I have, let's say, as a child, I have rights to education. So can the government say no to my rights? I have a right to identity. Can the government or anyone can they say no? Or there are circumstances maybe that won't allow me to have. But can you say no?
Can I say
so?
No,
I mean, I'm thinking the problem is
go ahead.
I'm thinking the problem is the anytime. Because you have to understand that I might be tired, I might just not be in the mood. And if I say no, it's no.
Yeah, look, when I'm saying anytime, I need you to understand the anytime part. The anytime meaning to say I do not have to work hard for this. Meaning to say I do not have to go ngiyaqalisa ukuncenga. but I have to be in a position when you say you're tired, you're tired. I understand you're tired. You're not feeling like it today. But I have the anytime I know anytime when she's fine, when she's okay, we can do it.
Yes.
When she's fine,
although
and
once in a while, of course, it's okay.
I was, but now it goes.
Yes, once in a while. Yeah,
so
it's true.
Then it goes to a space where there's that gray area where it becomes forceful. When is it? When is?
Yes, when I say no, and then when you keep pushing, because you have to know now that there is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. If I say no, do I have to insist and say no? How many times do I have to say no for you to understand that I'm saying I'm not in the mood? That's the question that how many times am I supposed to be violent for you to see I'm not in the mood? Yeah.
Hold on right there. Bangarwami, welcome to the conversation, to yet another segment Esibala Lapa every Sunday. It's an appointment, it's a date that we have. We
the best! Join Malume Fresh and Pan Kelly every Sunday live on Asakane Live Facebook page, Sky's Metro FM radio and Facebook page as they talk about anyone and anything that affect our generation in our community. Sky's Metro FM radio, Esabantu.
Welcome to the conversation. I see you, Sympathy Mpofu Nyagubona Lapana. Welcome to the show. Mtungazo Kwebu Nyagubona La Mtarababa. Mono Muzengwa, I see you, my brother. How is it out there in Kandweni? We are talking today about a conversation. Jub Jub, we saw it. Mamutinguban PK. Mamutinguchupa lama sweet amaning. Correction is sigis. I like that guy. He's a funny guy. He's a funny character. I like it. I like what he does. He's good at what he does. But we saw his case unfolding. And when it unfolded, people are coming out saying he raped me for 2 years. She says he raped me for 2 years. He would put his knee in between my legs and spread it again. He raped me for 2 years. And we're saying, this is this guy you were in a relationship with him for 2 years. How does someone rape you for 2 years when they are your partner? And we're saying we need to understand as a community, perhaps a lot of us are rapists. Perhaps a lot of us have been raping our wives. Perhaps a lot of you have been raping your husbands and not knowing what this is rape. So now we as we conversate, we need to make this thing clear. Izwakale ngoba abantu abaningi phandle la sebezabotsha, abantu abaningi basemajele ngenxa ye-rape esingayizwisisiyo. Because thina ngabantu as abantu, there's a lot of things that that we need to talk about. Culture comes in as a people, as an African people, culture and our ethics that come in. And as I fully expressed earlier on, ngati ama rights, culture to also blurred is nigga certain ideas sile right over you, PK. Ngigulobole, ngikuthethe, ungumfazi wami. So you do what I say, you do what I want. Usungumfazi wami. I must not go out there and be looking for abanye abafazi. I must not go out there and look for a small house. I must not go out there. I must not swela mina inkonzo yakusihlwa endlini ngilomfazi engimthethe, engimlobole, engimkhiphela inkomo mina ezingithene ezihambayo. Why kumele ngiswele? You understand? This is part of it that is happening. So we need to have the conversation there.
And I think we need to call out as well something that I think that was disrespectful of Jub Jub. I know we're not focusing on him. It's just something that we're using him and it is an example of what he did. And a lot of questions are coming from men. They are claiming that we women were bitter. But we need to call out on something that he did that I think was very disrespectful. You don't say that about a woman that you're in a relationship. You say, I smashed it. That to me, that was uncalled for, fresh.
Right.
I can't believe that a person that I think I look and see as a normal being can actually say that about a woman. To me, that was uncalled for. But you were speaking of cultural things. You know, when we're doing...
Can I respond? Can I respond to that?
Yes.
I'm just going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate in there. Yes, it might be a wrong thing to say what I smashed, but it's banter, it's boy talk It's what they say. And we can say Jub Jub was wrong by saying that. This is where, again, I say we start walking on eggshells as a people, as if bona abafazi, they don't say these things. When women say these words, when they say them exactly the same way that he did, he smashed me. He smashed
Come on,
me.
Fresh.
No, we got to be fair here, PK. We got to be fair. It seems as if there's some words that can be said by women, but they cannot be said by men. Uzoto Abantu can say the same things. Uzoto Abantu stand up and say the same words. Same words. I think Zoto Abantu say the same exact words. Even worse, she says them in vernac, but no one calls Zoto Abantu to order about it. But when it's now Jub Jub that has said it, it becomes an issue. We have to be a society that is tolerant and be honest with each other. Singafuna ukuthi sikhangele into one-sided. Uyazwisisa into engitshoyo? No, I'm serious. I'm being real here. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen,
you know what?
If you want to join me and PK on the conversation, type Ed. We'll send you a link. If you want to join us through the WhatsApp, the Facebook page is Skies Metro Facebook page, or you want to join as well, Lapa, if you're watching us from Skies Metro Facebook page, or you're watching us from Asakane Live Facebook page, just type Ed there on the link. We will share a link with you so you can join us and talk to us. And mangabe ulalele wherever you are, mhlambu sesigodini, mhlambu sephumule emadonkini, mhlambu sekwanda ikithi khona le Jawundeni, you want to join the live, I'm a number akhona lapha mina lapha. You can call direct on +289 200 9359 +1 289 200 9359 +1 289 200 9359. Banenga lapha nabathi sefuna ukungena PK, ngicela futhi unqolonge ama number on that end so that they can send us some voice notes abalalele ku radioweni, so we can play them as well. Ukuthi abantu bachiseka ngale indaba namhlanje is going to be fire. PK, I had
all right.
baby.
All right, that's 28 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock. All right, Fresh. I think before we let Abanyaban to come through, maybe let's now call upon our legal expert.
Yes.
Because I think she would want to rest early. Nikki Chabalala, welcome. I know you are listening via the radio, and I've sent you the link. Please, can you just click on that link and you can come live. Malume will put you live just now.
I will see you.
So if you're listening, Nikiwe, please can you just click on that link that I sent you earlier on, and then we can have a conversation, and maybe let's start from there so that people have a clear view of what is rape as regards to your spouse. Because before we say anything, but in the meantime, I just want to send a shout out to all the people that came through. There's Leni Emma Chobane, thank you so much. Iklepa in Debele, say Italy, thank you for getting in touch. Those are 18, Enke 7, thank you. And then here, there's already somebody who has just came through here, who has just come through, sorry. Hi, said, ma'am, there's a belief that this thing feels better after a quarrel. So at times people are angry and are not really communicating, busy pouting. The trouble begins when the lady understands she's being violated, and the guy thinks they're making up. All right, that's a valid contribution from you. Thank you. Then there's, okay, Pam, send me a link. All right. All right, how do I send the link? Okay, are you if you 0403, if you are on Facebook, you can go on Asakane Live Facebook page. I'm using
on Skies Metro Facebook page. If you're watching from Skies Metro, if you'll see the link there, I just posted the link. Just click on it. We will see you.
And there's always one person who will be complaining. 537, thank you for getting in touch. We love you. He says, no music. This is not a musical program. Say, please note that this is not a musical program. This is Asakane on Skies Metro FM, where we talk about anything and anyone that affects us in our society or community. So it's a talk show radio. And for now, we are just talking, me and Malume. Just in case maybe you're new to the program, we're just talking, me and Malume, fresh, just about this thing that has been happening. But we're going to have an expert coming through, our legal expert, Nikiwe Chaba. Chabalala, if you can hear me, she come fresh, nothing.
No, she's not yet there. I'm seeing, I made a mistake. I posted the link there. I'm seeing a lot of people in the studio room. That's okay. Stay there in the studio room. I'm still waiting for Nigiwe Chabalala. When she comes, then I'll put it through. But you got my you got my example. That now Jub Jub is being crucified for the use of his words.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know whether we can compare the two, because from me, you remember, I always say it looks like women and men, we are having a battle or something of who is right or who is wrong or whatever. You know, that's what
I don't even think it's a battle of who is right, who is wrong. The only thing
but
that
we're always being called out for why women have done this, men have done that, and vice versa. Yes, but I think the issue here, maybe let me take it back and say, maybe take back what I said and say the main issue here is that after he said that, somebody got angry, right? She was hurt, maybe brought back some bad memories, and then that's when she said, "No, you didn't smash it. This is what happened."
You didn't
but
smash
you,
it.
yes, you raped me for 2 years. And women and men are coming and saying, no, that's not true. Obvious for various reasons. But we are not talking about those ones. We want to talk about rape in a relationship. Is it possible, where you are, wherever you are, is it possible for a man to have to rape his girlfriend or his wife, and the wife stays quiet for that long, or the girlfriend stays quiet for that long? There's no duress, there's no undue influence that has been used. For those of you who don't know what duress is duress where you use force, use a gun to get what you want. Undue influence is when somebody who has authority over you, that might be money, or it might be a student and a teacher, or a pastor and a fellow congregant, or it could be somebody who has an authority over you. They use their authority to what's that? To force you to have sexual relations with them. Is that what happened? Is that what happens when you are a boyfriend and girlfriend, or when you're husband and wife? Nikiwe, where is Nikki? We need Nikki.
Unigiwe is not there. Unigiwe is not there. I don't see her. But PK,
I don't know what's going on. Do you mind if I try and get in touch with her? I would have to stand up. Balaleli, you have to forgive me, because we need to have our legal expert before Tina. We come through and say whatever we want to say. Do you mind, Fresh, if I leave you just for 2 minutes? Don't miss me too much, eh?
Hey, listen, man. Listen, I'm good. I'm good. So what are we gonna do? Don't take off your camera, because once you come off your camera, you're gonna be disconnected on the FM.
No. I'm just going to look for so that we can call Nigiwe off air now and ask her to click on the link.
Okay, good, no problem. In the meantime, while PK is doing that, before she comes back, let me just do this.
We the best! Join Malume Fresh and Pan Kelly every Sunday live on Asakane Live Facebook page, Skies Metro FM radio and Facebook page, as they talk about anyone and anything that affect our generation in our community. Skies Metro FM radio, Esabantu.
Right, welcome back, Wangambami. This is Umalume Fresh Hambalo PK on Skies Metro FM and Asakane Live. We're talking about issues that affect us as a generation. And yes, of course, lamhlanje nkethe ukuthi sikhulume ngendaba ye rape, and rape within the confines of a family setting or a relationship. When is it rape? When is it rape? We are taking this specifically influenced by the conversation, or rather by the events that unfolded during the conversation. Mike G podcast lo Jub Jub. I like the way he says it. Correction sikis. Choppers way. Choppers work. Let me read the comments there. People are calling me. I don't know. my guru Prim is calling. I think they're calling from South Africa. I will add them. But in the meantime, we're still waiting to get our legal expert first before we go in. Hello, salibonani, welcome to the conversation. No, here we are talking about these terms used in the show. Smashing. I see nothing wrong about it, especially if Zodwa used the same thing. Yes, when Zodwa uses the same terms when she's describing, when she's talking about things. But here's the problem. Those terms, now that they were being said in English by Jub Jub City, I smashed. Jub Jub used to date Amanda, and they stayed together for 2 years. But Amanda, of course, was when this I used to smash Amanda. Before I went to Kelly. And I'm saying, look, let us not take that word and run with it. I feel that Jub Jub is being crucified too much for using those words. But however, if he did actually rape her, he must be punished. The question now is, when is it rape? When does someone say they are being raped in a relationship? In a wholesome manner, because culture also affects this. As a people, as an African people, we have things such as ilobolo. We have the way things that the way life has been. Singakhona sizinika amalungelo athi amanye over other people. Amalungelo lakade siwathola over other people. Amalungelo siwaphiwa ngenxa siwathola ngenxa yama setup anjengabo lobolo. Ngoba ilobolo ibuya ile izinto zayo. On the lobby, please stay there. I will bring you on. I just want to make sure that we bring our legal expert to come in and explain to her when is it rape in the marriage. Ngoba uhlezi phela kathi sithina sisisaba njengamadoda sesisaba ukuthi masisiye ekamereni lo muntu ongumama sensiyafuna ukuthi ngithi ngene enkonzweni yakusihla sokumele ngiqale impela mbuza ukuthi mama uneqiniso lokuthi into esiyenzayo yiyo impela uyayifuna yini. Kumbe kusayinelwa phansi amaphepha ngoba phela kusasa umuntu lethi sedlehlukene athi no, mina ngangilo malume for 20 years, you know, I was with him for 20 years. Out of the 20 years he raped me for 15 years ngangayifuni mina leyani into ayiyenza wayembamba ngamandla force ngedolo lakhe. Liyambona ukuthi umalume unganani, liyambona ukuthi ingalo zakhe zinganani, liyambona ukuthi idolo lakhe linganani. And truthfully speaking, people look at me and look at Pam Kelly but believe ukuthi for sure umalume uqinile, umalume libhawu, umalume uzawufatezela phansi uPK yambande amdonse ngedolo. And people believe. I mean, if you look at Jub Jub and you look at Amanda, it's easy to believe. I'm not saying Amanda is lying. Get me correct, but I'm just saying we need to understand what really is rape and what really is happening in our homes. And many people right now, I'm sure at the times when I thought we're probably doing a rough activity, we're enjoying it. And I'm sure I've raped my wife many times. Because maybe sometimes I've thought uzondile, and the only way to comfort her ukuthi ngimbambe ngimphosele endaweni yethu yokulala lapha ngimfitizele phansi ngenza into yakhona sithabathe isidlo and kube mnandi kube njalo. Ikanti ke you are actually violating lo muntu. Okay, did you get her?
All right. Okay. 17 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock. We want to apologize because there was a communication breakdown between me and Unikiwe. But she will call you just now. So just stand by for her call, because unfortunately she is not active. She would have wanted to come to the studio had we communicated properly. But we apologize to our listeners as well for just leaving you hanging and leaving my seat with no one. Has she called you?
No, I got my guru. There was a my guru, someone calling me. Was it her? With the South African number?
No, it shouldn't. No, not a South African number. She has it, but I'm sure I just stand by for her call. She'll call you just now because she was failing to log on via Facebook. But our listeners, the conversation. Would like to hear your contribution in the meantime before we get our legal expert. Hopefully she'll be able to come through.
Right. In the meantime,
you were playing something.
Yeah, before we go further, there's a voice note that came through the airwaves. Let me play that. Let's hear what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying, but let me just play this one. Okay.
Malume Fresh. Do you know ukuthi nithina singabantu abamnyama and exactly umuntu ongumama angeke ngithi
Unfortunately, maybe it's her. Is it Prim? My guru Prim, is it her?
No, she's Nikiwe Chabalala. Just answer, maybe it's her. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. 14 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock right here on Esabantu 100.3 FM and 94.1, whilst we are trying to, because we can't actually proceed without talking to our legal experts so that we know where we stand with regard to legal issues. And then from there, we can then debate properly. And I would like to apologize for the break in communication between me and Unikiwe. I think we communicated properly. We would have then asked her to come to the studio, but we thought maybe it was going to be better for her to just join the live on Facebook. But unfortunately, she's having challenges connecting to her Facebook platform, and also even on YouTube or Google. But we'll hope that she'll come through. Then I've got a message here, says, if I may ask, guys, what is the point of a man paying lobola to be denied his conjugal rights for 2 years? Would she have allowed or paid for him to get it elsewhere? Where life goes on, when a wife demands to be satisfied in bed, and don't a man in bed, and you don't, as a man, you deprive her as her of her right. Thought you might be doing 3 jobs as your satisfaction is in every aspect. I wanted to talk about culture. You raised an issue about culture.
So hang on. I know. Allow me to get into your mouth. Baby, kiss. Unikiwe is here.
Okay, good. Good.
Nigga is here, so we're gonna get back to your thought. Don't lose it. You want to talk about culture? Don't forget it.
Okay.
But I have Nikiwe on the phone. Nikiwe, kunjani tatwethu? Siyaphila mntakama. Unikiwe isibongo ngesakho bani?
Chabalala.
Ncube Chabalala, siyabonga mama. Udaba nanto sixoxa ngalo namhlanje wena dadwethu. Sikhuluma ngodaba consensual and rape in a relationship, in a marriage setting. Kambe yinto possible ukuthi ngadlwengula unkosikazi wami.
Conversation going on. It's unfortunate there is a clash here, culture and the law, and I will only tell you about the law. I'm an expert in the law, not in the culture part of it. Even in the law setup, I cannot call myself an expert per se, but I'll try to help when it comes to rape. What I will simply tell abantu bakithi ukuthi khangeleni section 65 of Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act, chapter 923, umthetho osibambayo in terms of icala leli ele rape is actually a form of sexual offense and is a criminal offense. Whether or not it happens in a marriage setup, I think omunye lomunye uyazazela ngekhaya ukuthi kumi njani the circumstances. But what I'm here to tell you is that rape is clearly defined in section 65 lapana. It says rape occurs when a male person knowingly has sexual or anal sexual intercourse with a female person. And at the time of the intercourse, there comes the qualification, right? Qualification number 1 is the female person has not consented to the sexual intercourse. Qualification number 2, he knows that she has not consented to it, or realizes that there is a real risk or possibility that she may not have consented to it. and then he shall be guilty of rape and liable to imprisonment for life or any other shorter period. So whether or not
ibambe khonapho dadewethu ngiyacela futhi ngiyakucela ukuthi uyiphinde njalo ibale futhi njalo phela mina maselibala isilungu leselibala isilungu senu lesilisibala ngamali ngendlela yomthetho yazinto zenu ziya intertwine zibe zisilahla akuyiphinde futhi njalo.
No, we are just a nation that doesn't want to concentrate on reading and understanding the words before us.
It's
even complicated. Right. That section 65 says, yenzakala. It occurs when a male person, it means it therefore rules out the woman, right? The person who's capable of committing rape is a male person. Rape occurs when a male person knowingly has sexual or anal sexual intercourse with a female person, and at the time of the intercourse, A, the female person has not consented to it. B, he knows that she has not consented to it, or realizes that there is a real risk or possibility that she may not have consented to it. He shall be guilty of rape and liable to imprisonment for life or any other shorter period. That's what the law says.
Right. We are hearing the law.
Okay. I wanted to ask. So I wanted to ask on B. B. It says he knows that she has not consented to that. So if I say no, just once, and then I keep quiet, and then in terms of my communication, physical communication, I'm not doing anything. I'm just there. That can we say I have communicated that I'm not interested? Because there are some times where we have said no and then we give in, auntie. But we give in, but we'll be participating in the act. So if I say just no once, I'm not in the mood, one, and then he insists, and then later I just let him do. But in terms of communicating physically, would I'm in the mood, I don't. Can we say the man has now known that I am not in the mood?
Yes. Interpretation for most of these cases, it then comes into the circumstances of how rape is said to have been committed. We then look into the facts. Really, the court looks into the facts to say, okay, what transpired, then thereafter what transpired. So if I have said no, let my no be a no, let my yes be a yes. The best consent actually is the express consent. She is leading on to the act. So the express, if I were a guy, I would go for express consent. What's so hard about that? Now why then not get the express consent to say, is this a yes or a no? Let it be clear, because what's the hurry? So instead of committing rape, yes, khulumisana lo muntu wako or know each other and communicate well. It's unfortunate in our relationships, the communication, the submission actually gets confused and conflicted in a manner yokuthi mama, as long as I heard omunye umlaleli esithi khona ubaba nxa ebhadela amalobolo, why then should he struggle to have sexual intercourse with their spouse? Really, women are not property, and i-conflict lana e-culture lomthetho kumele sifunde to draw the line, or to say, okay, this is culture, this is the law, this is us in a relationship. How do we communicate? Mina lo mngani wami, this is what we want to do. Isidlo santambama njengokusho kamsakazi. How do we, where do we start? How do I obtain the consent? How do I know ukuthi omunye wami ngempela ungivumele? So as long as you don't go there to those levels and you think what you're doing is right on another person, then you're committing an offense.
Right. Dadwethu ngike ngakuzwa earlier on ukhuluma ngomthetho lo. Umthetho lo ngulandela. Ikhona omunye umlaleli lapha othe umthetho lo has been revised. It's an old law. I don't know. You are in the law business. You can say yes or no. But however, I find that in today's day and age, where the life that we're living in is a life that has equal rights, equal opportunities, and equal this, equal that. but it clearly still, the law, as you read it, it's still stuck on the woman being raped. It disqualifies that men get raped too. Is that a fair comment to say to you?
No, yeah. Well, it is a fair comment because biologically, the female anatomy has no tools to commit rape. So, in terms of the law, when a woman gets into those sexual activities, there are two other alternative charges that the woman can get charged with, which is Section 66, aggravated indecent assault, the Section 67E, indecent assault. So, whatever the woman may be doing to a man may fall into Section 66 or 67, not to Section 65 or rape. Or rape is very specific and straightforward. Rape occurs when a male person knowingly, all the other issues that I have read out.
Gqwetha lakithi umthetho lo kumele madoda siwukhulumele ulungise ngoba yazi ukuthi dadewethu, in the all honesty, amadoda wonke noma yiphi indoda noma kade ikwate njani izandla zakho zikamama zingahamba ziyibamba indoda, induku kababa iyaphakama, induku kababa ingaphakama umuntu sengazenzela lokho yima akufunayo under whatever threat that they want. It is a biological thing that will happen. So I think it's an unfair law to discredit, to disqualify.
But there is Section 66 and 67 for men to complain. If you have been indecently assaulted, then you go and make your report there. I think the law is balanced, so to speak.
Hi, Nyaguza, Tatuetu. PK, what did you say about what she's saying? What do you have to say, Mama? Careful, but we have to be careful. I feel for men.
Yes, you have to be. I still need to ask more questions on behalf of men since you are not asking. She spoke about express, to say, you need a yes should be a yes. You actually need to communicate to say, are we doing this or not? Isn't that Nikiwe? That's what you said, right?
Yes. I was saying if I were a man, I would go for express consent. I would not go for actions because silence doesn't mean yes. So I go for express consent.
I'm going to ask.
But how?
Is it realistic every night now? I have to ask you what really we have for the rest of our lives. I have to ask and get a decisive yes. As people that won't get married, there is always another unspoken conversation, unspoken advances, moves on to say, tonight I am on, tonight we are on, this is what I want, this from the afternoon, from whatever. But sengizamele ngize ngithi kathi phela ungizwile uthe mina lapha nabeni lokho ngigudla ngeguma ukuthi namhlanje ngifuna ukuthi Oh, you didn't get me? Hello?
I got part of what you were saying. Okay, if you can hear me, my response would be, okay, if you know your person and then these complaints should then not arise. If that's how you have been communicating, then you run that risk. One day the person will turn out and say, I've been raped because I didn't give my express consent, or I didn't say I wanted us to do this. So I don't know how people relate, but it's difficult in relations to then regulate and put rules and say, this is how things should be done. But we should know this is what the law says. The law will use its own standards. The law will not know your person or emotions that you people go through when you are about to do your activities.
Right.
So at the end of the day, the law will require you to have actually obtained consent.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when that complaint arises, then what defense or leg do you have to stand on legally?
Right. PK, before we invite other people to join this conversation so they can have the opportunity to ask Utadwetu Unigiwe, what do you have to say, Mama? What do you have to say?
Anyway, you asked her what I wanted to ask. That's why you're always there, to help me out. You asked exactly what I wanted to say. Is it realistic for you to be asking every day to say, are we doing this, are we doing that? Because there's just unspoken words or unspoken actions that so this is what they want. So I don't think it's really realistic for me to be asking all the time. I don't think that's realistic. And to be asking all the time, I know. But we have had, and also I think this issue of that women cannot rape is coming as a surprise to a lot of men, because they are saying the law is only favoring women. The law is never on the side of the man. Why? But then also, Nikki, so you spoke about the how rape is defined and all that. So now in a situation where somebody has claims they have been raped, and then they manage to file a report, and unfortunately only these reports of rape, they only come after there is a problem, after you guys, we have broken up fresh. That's what happens most of the time. It never comes when we are whilst in the relationship. It only comes whilst again. But my question to Nikki, is there a chance, is it possible now for somebody to report rape and be proven guilty or convicted in court after a long period of time, when there's no physical evidence of rape?
Okay. There are a lot of factors that Umthetho puts into play, or considerations that the courts that make in a case of rape, because you look.
We've lost it there.
The time frame.
Okay.
Within which a report was made, and made to who, or there was the fear induced on. You find some women, you find them, they are not able to go and report to they are not able to communicate, maybe maybe I don't know, whatever circumstances you can think of that can prohibit a person from reporting within reasonable time. And within reasonable time really is usually left to each discretion of the court. The court will weigh and say, but yes, you were failing to communicate. You mean there was not even a neighbor to tell you? You mean there was not even a relative who visited that place whom you could have told to help you or to make a report on your behalf or something? Those circumstances are looked into. It's always wise to report or to nip it in the bud. Report the case when it's due or when it happens or as soon thereafter, or when a possible opportunity presents itself for you to actually make that report. I can't come back 2 years later and I've been gallivanting, going to parties and all, and say I was raped, I was able to go to that party, I was able to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You have 101 million other things to do, and you forgot to report that you were raped. Really, there's no genuineness in that report. So a report, the time within which it is made is also crucial. There are also other crucial points where evidence is required, usually within 72 hours, a rape case has to be reported and the evidence obtained. Soon after being raped, you have to go to and present yourself to the police station. Usually the diversion route requires you to go straight to a medical facility and seek medical facility, while the other legal steps are being taken, the reporting and the other part, because it's about your health, it's about the exposure that you will have it's about the trauma, so many other issues at play that needs to be taken care of medically. So you are required to make that report or present yourself to a medical facility so that you get the necessary help. Even in a marriage, let's say you don't want to have children or you have other medical reasons not to have children, you have been exposed, maybe the sexual intercourse was not protected, for example, you still need to go and present yourself so that you get the necessary help and the evidence is compiled. Because remember, in a criminal case, the standard is proof beyond reasonable doubt for a person to be convicted. This is the rule of the game.
Right.
Proof beyond reasonable
Right.
doubt. So where we have to get the evidence, it's from you and from what you are telling us has happened to you, and it can be obtained medically. That
Right.
indeed you were raped or you were exposed to sexual intercourse without protection. So once that evidence is there, we are able then to say, okay, there was this act and there is this evidence. We are able to prove our case beyond reasonable doubt. But
Right.
2 years down the line, how many parts you have washed yourself, how many times you have done other activities, you have done consensual sex actually after those activities, then how do we determine in your body this one was consensual, this one was rape? So it
Right.
becomes difficult. Really, everything has to be reasonable.
Right. Ukhona Potatwetu, I'm not, I speak from a space where I live in the first world. And I want to believe that the laws intertwined and the laws influence, especially the laws back home, they are also influenced by some that are happening in the first world nations. We have seen a story, Ska R. Kelly. We have seen a story, Ska Bill Cosby. And man, he got arrested 40 years after people said he did things to them. 40 years. And we have organizations such as the Me Too movement. People are getting arrested. And the way you are describing the law, the way it is, it sounds as though only people that have done the immediate and can be arrested immediate. But yet we know we have seen situations where people are getting arrested after having committed crimes over years ago. But they affect them psychologically, mentally, and whatever. Or the people were powerful. They used the influence in this. For example, in the Jub Jub, that girl Amanda Dupont is talking about Tutu Mama Jub Jub was a powerful lady and so forth and so on. That's why she did not report and all of that. So surely the laws must have changed at some point. The laws must be accommodative of all these things. I am not sure if the way you're describing it is just stipulated on the Zimbabwean law when it comes to rape only. Because the reason why I bring this up is because you are talking to an international audience. And I want you to, when you are giving your advice, give your advice in a broader spectrum as to what really gets involved. People are getting arrested. Crimes that were committed 40 years ago, 20 years ago.
Okay, thank you for that. I don't know whether you heard me clearly.
Okay.
I was saying there's a lot that the court considers,
right? Right.
In a rape case, there's a lot that the court considers, and one of the issues is time. Right? It doesn't mean if you report 2 years later, it doesn't mean your case is not credible. Remember, our criminal cases in Zimbabwe only prescribe after 32 years. After 32 years, I can't then file my complaint and say I was raped 32 years ago. It is said to have prescribed. You let the sleeping dogs lie. But within those 32 years, I can still go and make my report. And then when it comes to the issue of time, because definitely it's going to be raised, you're going to be asked, why didn't you make the report at the relevant time? Then you have got an explanation to offer to say, okay, this person was powerful or was influential, was protective, was like this, like that. Then you have to explain. It doesn't necessarily mean you cannot make your complaint, or it doesn't become credible 5 years later. And remember, the more time you take, the evidence has got the tendency of not being obtainable, and your story, the proof beyond reasonable doubt part becomes difficult to prove, to say this actually happened. Not meaning that it's not going to be investigated, it's not going to be taken to court. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it becomes a challenge to then answer the question of time within which you made your complaint, because it's of instance, it is crucial as well. Because justice work for both parties doesn't work for the complainant only, the raped only. Even for the person who is accused of committing that offense, they are bound to ask, to say, if I really raped you and I hate your feelings and this thing is a wrong, and it was bad in your eyes and in even the eyes of society, why didn't you come up at the relevant time? How is that? Yes. The victim is bound to answer.
Right. Hang on there 1 second. Thank you very much. Bangarmami, you are listening to us on Skies Metro FM radio, as well as Skies Metro FM Facebook page and Asakane Live Facebook page. Lamklanje, we are talking about consent, and we're talking about rape between people that are partners. I must produce a certificate. I must produce a form that we are going to have to sign every night for the rest of our lives, so that we read this is consensual. Ngoba sometimes phela uyes ka PK engavuke semtshintshile nxa sesehlukene athi hayi ngangatsho ukuthi yes nganthi yes no after years, because most of the time these things come after I want to say behlukene. But we are here. Not that way too, and I should open the lines for people to join and ask, because sometimes we want to try and be on time. Obama producers that have been complaining or we've been running past our time. sifuna ukuthi
Yes, Fresh.
sometimes sikwazi ngoba wena udadewethu ukuthi abantu babekwazi ukuthi babe clear with their spouses, because as we speak there's someone who is thinking you know what, Mhlezi le Kankaleli, Kankaleli has been raping me every night.
Yes, I also have somebody says, what if she says no is part of teasing and playing hard to get? Unikiwe is looking at the legal side, auntie.
Yes.
And she is saying, Kuti, kungono, city, wena, always give express consent. Not in express consent to say yes, which is impossible. It's not practical. I have to agree with you, Fresh. That is not practical. That is not realistic. To say every time you want cake and then you say ngicela hayi ngoba there, you know, umuntu wakho ukuthi vele nxa isenza so uyabefuna someone. I know you have someone who is on standby.
Yes. I'm actually bringing people. I'm not bringing people so that we can enjoy the conversation. They can ask you, Nigiwe, and I'm not sure how much time you have with us, Nigiwe. I forgot to ask. Are you able to spare us a few? Maybe perhaps let me drop you, and then I will call you back again to answer some questions. When you just jot down the questions that you hear when is that fair to say?
No, it's okay. I've got the whole night. Don't even drop me. I'll hear the conversations.
No, I want to open this line so that people can call on this line as well.
Oh, okay.
So ngizakufonela back mina.
Thank you.
I'll call you back, Mama. Thank you. Right. Nangwana lapana umbothangu bani Twara Nang. Welcome to the conversation.
Oh,
What dropper lapana utesidi what dropper PK, this is tricky, but in the meantime, what is your opinion ngendaba ka Jub Jub? Sis Masi, welcome, good to see you. Thando Nkomo, I see you as well. Ukhona lapana ongena as Asakane. Let me tell you what, the person that is coming in as Asakane, click on the comment section, just click on the logo ya Asakane. It is going to give you an option to change so that you can come as you. But right now I won't be able to see you. So what is your take? In the rap, I think we actually do not understand in the consent in a relationship. I see, especially the comments from Abu Baba here. Most of them are saying, "Hey, we probably have to carry our legal documents all the time and so forth and so on." Because most of the times we see these things coming out after they break up. You understand? Well, after people break up, that's when we see them. Yeah.
That's the sad part. Actually, that is the sad part, because when things are going on well, Vela, no one focuses on that. But I'm saying she mentioned that you would have known as a man with the lapa, this is what I've done. You would have known what she was saying no, because a no is a no. If I say no to you and my message is clear to you that I'm saying no, you know. You will know what if like a phone, auntie.
Right.
When then now we are not sure, because sometimes we behave in this way where we are not sure whether we want or we don't want, and then maybe we say we don't want and then we end up wanting. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
right.
After we have done whatever we have done, you can tell what umuntu lo kate phone. Sometimes I think that's where they'll come and say I'm sorry or whatever. But if I forgive you and then we continue with the relationship, then you raise it.
Do you think?
Then you raise.
Sorry, Mama. Sorry. Do you think Amatota they also sometimes are actually do it bengafun? Do you think you can make me do it in Afun? Is it possible?
No.
It's not possible. That's what you think. You think it's not possible?
No, that's not possible.
You say it's not possible. Hang on one second. I'm going to tell you it's possible. Hang on one second. Someone is here on the line. Let's welcome them. Hello there. Yeah, Bokola, you're live on air. Yes, you're live on air. Mama Gujan. Nyapila tatu, it is not too tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My opinion in all this,
This is a very controversial subject because society yethu esiphuma kiyo, or can I say the African mentality is ukuthi indoda ekuthetheyo or your husband can never rape you. Yeah, understand? In society esiphuma kiyo, it makes it difficult for us as women ukuthi hayi indoda yami endlini iyangirape. You go to the police station, they tell you ukuthi no, you are insane because into ikhuluma ayenzeki, urechwa kanjani indoda esilili labantwana abayi-4 lonke. You understand? So now I think ilo mele iqinise lapho umthetho, because on the other hand our youngsters now bephinde besebenzise that very rape issue against our brothers. Yeah, understand? Bakhona baningi bafele emajele esibaziyo abafele into abangayaziyo ngokuthi maybe ugcine sebengazwani kahle lo muntu wakhe, umuntu wahamba wathi ungirepile yena engazange wamrape.
Right. So right. Kodwa wena uthi wena it's very possible umuntu wakho ngakurepa ngithi.
Kakhulu. That's 100%. It is very possible.
Right. Ake ngibonge dadewethu laphana, ngiyaxolisa ukuthi ngifuna ukukhatha ube mfitshane ngoba kukhanya ifoni yami is buzzing, people are calling, but ngiyethanda kakhulu indlela oyibeka khona PK. She's raising valid points. She's saying the other thing here is that our community, the ladies are taking advantage of this law as well and punishing most of our brothers out there besemajele ngenxa yomthetho lo we-rape. Umuntu aphuma sesithi wangibamba wangidlwengula engelabufakazi, and she can cry foul. Dadewethu ngiyakubonga kakhulu angithi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming through the show. The phone is buzzing. Thank you for coming through. PK, Usis Maslapana, I think we pambanisega. Let me take this one, then I'll mute her. I'll unmute her. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. You're live on air. You're live on air. Wakata lapana ulwanu muntu. Sis Masi, you can now unmute yourself as well over there.
And I have someone who's asking, what if my girlfriend comes for a sleep over and then we do the things, then what happens then? You know, this is her word against mine. Maybe there's something that she's angry about and then she just claims, because we know that there are women that have claimed to have been raped by their boyfriends and it's not true. What happens then? How then do you get out of this mess as a man? But I would like to also agree with the caller who called Ella one is culturally. You know, when we do this, when you're getting married, women, we are told that you should never say no to your husband. Even no. That's what we have been told. I would like to believe almost.
You're also saying the culture has to blame as well when it comes to most of these rapes that are happening in our culture, in our society.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what we're told. That's what we're told when we're getting married. Lapana, we're told no matter how angry you can get, you should never say no.
Okay, hang on. I have someone on the line there. My Guru Prim Murisei. Ngiyaphila ngiyabona ifoni yakho ithi my Guru Prim awuzwa ukuthi Murisei my Guru. Siyabonga mama. Welcome to the conversation. Ngene ehlelweni.
Uyabona mawuchadile ne?
Yebo mama.
Awumelanga uvimbe indoda yakho ma ithi ifuna ukuya elandweni yankonzweni yaselate. But amadoda na kumele understand. Ma umama ethe hayi kunezizathu behind uhayi. Sometimes uyabe engafili right or uyabe kulesana isikhathi senyanga zonke. Uyangazi ngithetha ngitsho kanjani.
Ngikuzwa kahle mntakama. Ngikuzwa kahle mntakama.
Amadoda sometimes asifostela kokomama, but umama uyabe engeva kahle ngalesiya sikhathi. There is a reason behind leyo nto. Yonke ngifuna ukuyitho amadoda mawafunde uku-understand.
So ngezinye indlela uthi vele omama abahleli bedlwengula lapha ezindlini ngoba amadoda babe nga-understand ukuthi umama engathi hayi nguhayi.
Angitsho kanjalo ngithi sometimes uyabona umama ethe hayi
wena ususenza
uhayi
mina mbe sengisenza sengudlengule phela yikho kutshoyo
but umama ikhona
waphelelwa idatha lapha nomama sisimasi. Welcome to the conversation. Are you there? Oh, now ngomunye ube ku hold lapha. Hello
Malume Fresh.
Unjani dadwethu, ngiyakwamukela ehlelweni usemoyeni?
Thanks so much Malume. You know mina just nge 2 cents zami engilazwa nje.
Yebo mama.
Indaba le rape nje.
Yebo mama.
It's a 50-50 situation, especially in married in couples.
Talk to me.
Xa kungaba le yes, xa kungaba le situation ye hate, you know, umuntu uyavuka esengothi hayi mina ngangirechwa and all that stuff and then even in nje abantu who are dating, they also have a tendency of using that against partner wabo. Uyakubona ngikutsho. And then there are genuine cases. Uyakubona genuine cases ukuthi umuntu hayi ungathi awurechiwe sibili uyavuka kusasa kusene ehambe siya report or uyahamba sibili ekhuluma kwazakale, not lokho after 2 months 2 years. No, that's something else. That's out of hatred nje usenza umona phezulu komunye umuntu. You get what I mean?
Ngiyakuzwa mama.
Fresh.
Okay, mana size dadwethu. PK, you want to talk to her?
Okay.
No. I wanted to ask Guti, I thought she was done. Guti, I would like to hear from men. What's your take? Yes, because we're getting women calling. Yes, we want to hear what men are saying, and I agree with her because there are going to be genuine cases that are going to come, and no one is going to take us seriously because people are going to believe with people who actually have genuine cases. They want to call forward because they'll be scared of,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, siyakuzwa dadwethu. Siyabonga kakhulu dadwethu. Ungaphi ufona ungaphi dadwethu? Republic of Ireland calling. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good one.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, bye-bye. Right. Sis Masi, are you there?
Yebo malume. Yebo
Mrs. Masi.
Kelly.
Hi, Mrs. Masi. How are you?
Embogeni. Awufaki ihembe lapho ndoda uphenduke. Umbongeni nangu esesibuyela ngesifuba emsakazweni. Umbongeni sesifuna ukusirapha lathi la.
Yes, Sis Masi. What's your take on this thing?
Yeah, anti mina ngazi vele ngihlala ngibuya ngezi controversial. No, it to me, I find in most cases when this particular issue is being discussed, ngengayibona ihlupha futhi kuma comments in our group Asakani, and what was saddening is that kuvele in a community where perpetrators exist, kule diversion tactic. And the diversion tactic often takes hold of our conversations like this. And the diversion tactic used whenever this issue is discussed is to discuss the other issues of false claims so that we don't discuss the actual rape.
Right,
so we discuss the ones who may falsely claim. So let's put it into perspective. Generally, 1 in every 5 cases reported, 1 person is convicted. 1 in every 5 is convicted. So if we are going to say there are women claiming falsely to be raped, to claim you've already availed yourself to the police and made a claim. Those are part of the cases that are in the 1 in 5.
Right.
The number of women who actually are convicted of falsely claiming are minute. Yet the number of women who are actually raped and have perpetrators walking free are many. The chances of getting a person convicted of rape in Africa is way below average. They don't get convicted. So seeing a divert conversation by talking about the false accused, because very, even if they are falsely accused, chances are they will not be convicted. And very few cases are false accusations. So it diverts tactic to talk about false accusation. They make an insignificant number, very insignificant. Isiqokoqela is rape within relationships, rape within relationships.
Within relationships. Ibambe khonapho dadewethu. PK ufuna ukuthini mama?
No, exactly. She said what I wanted to ask you. Are we the 1 in 5? Is she talking about rape in relationships, or is she talking about rape in general? But she has. Okay. So, but
So
you are saying our focus should be rape in
a relationship or not. They just register it as a reported rape case that went before court, and it's only 1 in 5. So there are many women raped who do not even get the person who raped them to be convicted.
Okay. In Mana Fresh, hold on. Sorry. In your opinion, Sismas, the reason why are these cases are they reported immediately after or after some time?
So in fact, the numbers are very shocking. Some of them, I'm taking the stats from our biggest demography in this group, which is South Africa. So I'm looking at their stats, and their stats actually show that the number of rapes that are actually reported is 1% of the rape that could be happening in the community. 1% of women will report rapes. The rest, 38%, 54% of women raped do not even report rape.
Do you think the reason, what according to you, what do you think is the reason for women not reporting rape? Why are they not reporting?
These diversion tactics of always making women to be suspicious, we create a narrative that is not factual. So there's this narrative running around. Should I carry out a consent form? So there is an issue of women falsely claiming. There is no statistic to prove these false claims. But a narrative is forming that is creating women to be disbelieved when there is no basis for disbelief. It's a narrative, a rhetoric that is running wild in our community, backed up by no facts. And that is what perpetrators play on. They play on narratives that are not based on facts.
I'll come back to you, Sismas. I'll come back to you. Ngifuna ukutshela umbuzo lo othi khona a narrative that is not based on fact, because a narrative to come up kuyabe sokwenzakele certain events that create the narrative to be created. Ngicela ukuchiya la khonapho mbuyela ngale kumbongeni. Kathi seye ngapha umbongeni ngimkhuze ngathi ngihambe egqoke ihembe laphana wahamba wagqoka ihembe umbongeni kodwa athe sidatha yakhe simlahlisa futhi se round. Oh, he's back. I think he's back. Mbongeni kunjani? Welcome to the conversation, Baba. Thank you for joining us. You're the first male guest that we have. Bangani bami ngicela nimshiya ngama-likes lama-hearts. Mbongeni, how are you? Mbongeni, welcome to the show. You are live?
Oh, sawubona. Yes, malume. Sawubona lo sis Pam.
Hi, Utin.
Yeah,
uthini wakho umbono ngalolu daba?
I-network. Yes, i-network yami iphansi kancane, so i-network yakhona idonsa kancane. Angazi mbele yangizwa.
Siyakuzwa baba. Ingakaqhamuki kohle ungene esihlelweni esahlukweni.
Yes, into le ibhlungu malume bese ngilele mina kodwa ngibone kubalekile ukuthi ngivuke ngikhulume ngayo. It once happened to me 17 ngisahlala eSouth Africa. Okwamanje ngila eBlamdra.
Right. Siyabonga mfowethu.
Yes, I was dating this colored girl, and always besithi masinama arguments ubengithreathena ngakho khona lokho ukuthi uza epolice station afike icala thi ngimraphile. So lapho kuyazokumele ngenze okumele akufunayo kwenzela ukuthi ayekele ukuhamba lapho khona. Noma sengisithi mina ngcono siyekele le relationship, still uzangithreathena the same thing. You understand? So ibhlungu kakhulu lento le ngoba thina kahle kahle kusho ukuthi thina abantu besilisa kumele sithule ngakho, and trust me, especially la if unga e-police station today ufike ureport into efana laleyo, they will laugh at you and bakuthathe ngathi uyindoda weak. but ungahamba umuntu ongumama uzalalelwa into yakhona isukunyelwe phezulu kakhulu. So ibhlungu kakhulu malume lo system.
PK nako futhi lapha so kodwa ke udaba besikhuluma ngalo mfana ekhaya so wena uthini iyenzeka yini lento ukuthi ungarepa wena ungadlwengula umuntu ongwakho elihlala lonke ngiyaluza udaba lokuthi wawuthreatenisha umuntu lo wayefuna ukusebenzisa linto ye-rap to her advantage, but is it possible that wena ubungamrepa is there a time that you feel ukuthi angazi ngawubuza njani umbuzo lo without putting you into it as a person, but do you think umuntu engarepa yini ipartner yakhe?
Ukuthi futhi mase sesilanda futhi ngeside lika Jub Jub lo Amanda uzathola ukuthi into leyi maybe kule grudge phakathi uthola ukuthi maybe uJub Jub kulezi zinto ezithembise uAmanda angazange azifeze, then because esikhathini samanje mina yes I believe ukuthi vele ama cases akhona sekulula ukuthi umuntu ongumama engakhuluma ethi ubani wangenza ukuthi, and because of ama awareness vele umama bazame side ndakhe and uyathanda uthande ecourt uzahamba and futhi ama chances ukuthi uphume azaba mancane because into bafuna ukuthi bayiqede bazafuthi ukuthi bayenze example ngawe. So nje singamadoda nje vele isile problem because into ebhlungu kakhulu kwikho umuntu liyabe lingu2 erumini noma ngathiwa kumbe uyamsayinisa whatever document ezaba iproof kusasa, what if uyayijika because kuyabe sokuyilizwi lakhe neste lakho ethi wangisayinisa kumbe efake ingqama entanyeni yami, umuntu ozaphikisa kumbe wena ungathi ayisasivumelene yini sasingavumelananga umuntu ongumama wena nje okwakho akusazwakali. So kukho konke malume sengigcina ngizama ukuthi mina singama wasekho kithi and kancane lokho ehamba but futhi
right,
but futhi at the same time akhona amadoda vele alokudlongdlonga okunjalo and abayenza izinto ezifana lalezo abathatha iadvantage kwabantu abangomama ngoba bengela, then ubuso futhi uyibuka ebantwini abalungileyo abangela ingqondo efana laleyo njengoba ade ngikhulumela misedle story ukuthi umuntu uyathola mawungamitha ama standards wakhe usethatha iadvantage ngalokho or uthola umuntu usek-blackmail and lento lesizayenza ukuthi if ingawina ilokho zenika abantu abesilisa abaningi baza blackmail because umuntu uzathi antu ubonile ngoJub Jub kusho ukuthi wena
ibambe khona umuntu ababa asifinqe khonapho ngoba ngizwe kahle ngiyakuzwa uyavuma la ukuthi no abantu bakhona impela bayarepa. Ngizama ukuthi ungasabi mude kakhulu ngoba ngiyabona lapha istudio sami sesigcwele emuva. Ake ngibonge lapha umuntu ababa, ngiyabonga kakhulu and I want to apologize to you for experience wabalayo. Ngithi mina I hope usu right and you've gotten over, usufundile ukuthemba abantu bangobomama futhi bakhona abalungileyo phandle lapha abangeke bakuthreatenisha ukuthi bazokuphisa nge-rap. Mfowethu ngiyabonga laphana ngikudedele ngidlulele phambili ngifaka laphana omunye uMichael DJ kade lokho ecela ukungena. Michael DJ kunjani? PK singakabikelela uMichael DJ. uMichael DJ was the first one to come in. Sikhuluma ngendaba ye-rap, sikhuluma ngendaba ye-consent. We're talking about rape in a relationship and in a marriage. Bantu bakithi ngicela ukuthi mali ngena, let us address that one. Rape in a relationship and in a marriage. When is it rape? When is it rape? Is it possible to rape? As an African people, do we understand what rape is in a marriage and in a relationship setting? Do we understand what rape is? Ngoba i-rape kahle kahle PK siyazi nje ukuthi hey uthi udlula lapha emkotweni umuntu akubhinye akudonsele eziqukweni lapha akurepe abese kuyekela. ngingabuzwayo le iyo lana kade ikhulunywa ngudade emthetho yokuthi kulama scars kulama bruises kulani and so forth and so on, but lapha sikhuluma nge-rape in a marriage and in a 2-year-old or 3, 4, 5-year-old relationship between a man and a woman. Yabona. So yes futhi sizwe lapha ake ngibuyele ngithi Michael DJ welcome kunjani Faleka?
Ngiright malume kunjani?
Ngiyabonga mfowethu siyaphila lapha nantu uhlelo kade uchiseka angazi ukuthi ubufuna ukuvuma kumbe ufuna ukwala yini ukuthi amadoda akhona ukudlwengula omkabo.
Hey sengichiseke ngachiseka kamalume senze ngakhohlwa lo kade ngifuna ukukutsho.
Maybe ngoba
sekukuningi kakhulu kodwa hayi I think malume it's possible ukuthi ilokhuzeni umuntu arepe umuntu wakhe ku relationship is possible, but the problem is where do we draw the line of ukuthi this is it's a rape. Uyabona ngoba umuntu lisangathandana kahle ku relationship uyazi kube i relationship for 5 years uzitshela ukuthi umuntu wami happy lami ngihappy zuku umuntu sethi ngifuna ukumfix uMikhezi umuntu seqhanga ukuthi uMikhele wayinrepa. That's where I'm failing to ukuthi into yakho ngiunderstand, you know, because it seems ukuthi it's more like a fashion or it's more like acceptable ukuthi umuntu mamfuna ukumfixa sengimfixa ngokuthi ngithi undlengulile.
Hayi lalela Michael ake ngithi mina kubalaleli bethu welcome to the conversation abasanda ukungena kohlelo lethu. If you're watching us from Skies Metro FM, please share the link, invite others ukuthi babe bazojoina nathi as we continue to talk about issues that affect us as a generation. If you are listening to us on Skies Metro Radio 100.3 FM, you have the liberty to call us or rather to send a voice note on +1 289 200 9359. Lamhlanje ngifuna ukuthi bangani bami si address issue yokuthi rape in marriage. Angifuna ukuthi lilethe ama ifs and buts, angifuna ukuthi lilethe ezinye izinto ama myths esiwazwayo ukuthi kuthiwa umuntu ayagcina sesithi wangirepa wathi ngithini. Sikhuluma ngayo ngokwayo i-rape ukuthi iyini, is it there or it's not there? Is it possible? When is it rape? Ngilapha sikhuluma ngoba sisenzele ukuthi abantu bafunde abakuma relationship ukuthi hey mfowethu ungazibona ususenza lokho usudlwengula umkwakho usudlwengula igirlfriend yakho. This is where I want us to go. Angifuni ukuthi sibuye ngani sesifaka ama excuse ukuthi rape ikhona kumbe kayiki ukuthi abantu bagcina sebesebenzisa lokho as an excuse. Talk to that, speak to that.
No, okay, no nyakuzwa malume. It's possible. I think it's possible to rape your partner. But ngizocela ukuthi ngibuyele laphana ku legal expert yethu ngoba yikho engigcine khona i-conversation because ngisuke ngabambeka. It seems ukuthi only men can rape, women can't rape. I understand, but it's possible for ukuthi kube le rape ku relationship. You know, because it's not always ukuthi umuntu wakho uzohlala eread. Uyabo. And I believe ukuthi umuntu wakho ungayenza ama moves. Umuntu wakho ekutshela ukuthi andoda mina ngikhathele ngumbe nilobuthongo. You should leave them alone. But if you try to ukuthi ubayenze beze bebe kumuntu, then I feel like ukuthi kuyabe kuyilokhuzeni malume. I feel like ukuthi kuyabe kuyi-rape. Okay.
Michael titela palo setela ndoda ithi ukuthi telutile lo mntwana lapha vele ilobby yethu igcwele.
All right malume
siyabonga.
All right, fresh. It's yes, 22 minutes before the hour of 11 o'clock right here on Esabantu. Just in case you've just logged into the station, where have you been? You've missed out so much. And we are live on our Facebook pages. That's on Asakane Live Facebook page and also on Skies Metro FM live Facebook page. We are also live on 100.3 FM and 94.1. You can join in the conversation. We are talking about rape, not just rape with regards to relationship. Is it possible to be raped? And you know, fresh. And people keep coming
or to rape.
Yeah. Yes, it is possible to rape in a relationship.
Yes.
And Usis Masi talked about diverting from the main issues. I would have really loved before you are in and say, Sis Mas, hi Sis Mas, is she there?
She's there, and let me allow her to speak. She wants to say something before she leaves. Yes, let her speak.
Okay, I wanted to ask you. You said you talk about people diverting. Now people are not focusing because they always diverting from the main issue. But my question is, as a woman, right? Like Unikiwe, when she said when she was defining rape, she told her you would know this is what I've done as a man. You know what I have done something, because when you're in a relationship, when you're in that position, when you're doing things, you know what my person is not responding to this the way way that she's used to do. And after the act, you can tell what lapa saying on it, right? So now, Mina as a woman,
we assume that they do. In fact, they don't. Many don't.
Why? Are they? Is it ignorance? Is it that they are stubborn? What is it? Because this must say my men should know with lapa.
It's devaluing women, Pam. It's as simple as that. We have a community of people who do not believe that women are human beings, who are in themselves deserving.
So it's a monster pill. I'll be dating. I'll be married or dating a monster.
Don't think of you as a human being. Agaboni when they do you harm, because they think ukuthi wena you are there to serve them. So guye uyinto yakhe to be used. How could he have hurt you? Ubuvela ukhona apho for his purpose. So there's a lot of people who think like that. Uyabezwa ngamazwi abakhulumayo about women. Even the same guy we are discussing, where this issue started from, is the denigration of women to just be bodies for his use, where he can just bring them in a conversation that he doesn't need to bring. Umuntu who could have moved on with their life, he doesn't respect the dignity of that person, doesn't respect ukuthi umuntu lo has moved on and has created a life and a family where she is deserving of dignity. Ama-rights omuntu nje, dignity is a right. It's a human right. So ungabona ubhuti ngoba wakwalala laye ngomnyaka kampeyana, that they still don't respect you enough to know what you could have gone up to be a mom to somebody's wife, somebody's sister, that in a conversation Damajita publicly, he can talk about when he smashed you. Already that person does not think you worthy to be a human being with dignity. Dignity nje. So sibuyele muva khona lapha. That's why we are struggling to get people to understand the topic. Can rape happen within relationships? They are denigrating abafazi by not wanting to give them the space where this issue can be spoken. So kungeniswa other issues. That's not dismissing that those other issues happen too. But the issue is, can a person be raped in a relationship? And the answer is definitely. In most cases, women, even their first time of having sex has been guys forcing them into sex. Then a coercion into a relationship. And throughout that relationship, there are cultural tones that make men feel deserving of that woman's body as and when he needs her. There's issues of people wanting to say, when can a woman say no to sex and say, maybe we have a gula, maybe period? No, sometimes she just doesn't want. That should be enough. I don't need to be sick. I can just not want. I am not feeling horny. That should be enough. But they want isizathu esingaphezulu kokuthi I don't want, because they feel ukuthi unless you are ill, incapable of having sex, he is entitled to your body. Engavele ku relationship lawe. That's the idea he thinks he has. But at no point has anyone questioned, when is a man not okay to have sex? Because men refuse sex all the time. But no one has ever said, indoda mele yadi sex nxa kutheni, nxa igula, nxa idakiwe, nxa njani. But a woman always has to justify when she cannot be had sex with. So Konapa, that's where the issue is. And when rape happens in relationships, most of the time, it is because the people who we report to do not see the justification why we refused to have sex. They've already given these men, without knowing the men, ownership of your body. Ebese kubuza ukuthi kanti wawuyalelani? Kwakutheni ungafuni? It's never enough for a woman to say, ade ngingafuni, I didn't want. And that be enough.
Right. Christmas, you are raising important issues, and unfortunately, because we don't have time, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. But just to Bamba, one thing that you just touched now, that Fresh asked me earlier on, to say, can a man say no? Fresh, you asked me that question earlier, and I said it's impossible. Can you say no? But Christmas is saying, men, they say no all the time.
And I said,
but
yes,
there's no one. But yes, you say no all the time. But we have never raised an issue. But she also raised an issue of saying you cannot say, a man should not say, or cannot say, or must not say, I smashed. But you mentioned that Uzot was always doing that, and no one is saying anything about it. Sis Mercy, did you hear that one? What's your comment on that one? I know we are running out of time, and today we'll try.
And I have two more people. There's one there, and there's two more in the lobby that want to join in quickly.
Sis Mercy, 1 minute.
Yeah, it is so true, Pam Kelly. On another day, when we have to discuss what society has allowed women to get away with, which is contrary to the advocacy we do for women, we would open a can of worms. There is definitely a lot of things that women can do, which in reverse they wouldn't allow to happen to them.
Men.
But I would say the amount of women that are raped in relationships are so many, and it is not unique that they will speak about the rape when they are outside of that relationship. Rarely will they speak about the rape whilst in it. Then we have to talk about what abuse itself is and what abuse does. People think abuse is a game that you can walk into, you are empowered to speak. The point of abuse is to disempower you. So we shouldn't be shocked when we see people being disempowered to self-advocate, because the point of abuse is to take away power. And sex is often the best tool used by men to disempower a woman. So if someone rapes you, they've removed some power from you. You are unable to self-advocate. You will regain that power after you've left that relationship and built yourself up enough to speak. Whilst you are in the relationship, he's controlling you and he is battering you with sexual abuse.
Right. Right.
Thank you, Sis Mercy.
Thank you very much. Sis Mercy, I appreciate you. Stay in the lobby. If maybe we have time, we'll bring you back. But I have 4 other people lined up there to join in the conversation. In the meantime, make sure you allow your camera and your mic. As it is right now, I see you in the lobby, but I cannot add you onto the conversation. But if you're listening to us on Skies Metro FM Facebook page, please like and share the page. Invite others to watch. If you're listening to us on Asakane Live, as always, like the page, share, and invite others to join us. 100.3 FM City, where you can always join our conversation on WhatsApp. Voice note +1 289 200 9359 +1 289 200 9359 +1 289 200 9359. namhlanje as always ngihamba lentombi yami uPK, sikhuluma ngendaba yerap lapha. Siyaxabana lapho uPK uthi kumele ngibe lamafomu adindwe ngumagistrate of court ukuthi uma ngifuna inkonzo yokusihlwa kumele sisayinelane phansi. Shelen, welcome to the show.
Yebo malume, njani malume?
Ngiyaphila mtaka baba, ngiyakwamukela emoyeni lapha. Uzangixolela ngizakurasha because we just want to sithi gaga isikhathi sethu sesele 10 minutes ukuthi sivale uhlelo. We can't go past 10 minutes.
Akula problem malume, akula problem. Look, I think rape is present in a relationship. It's possible for a partner to rape a girlfriend or the wife. What I would say, I think for men, usisi masuthinta indaba ye-entitlement, and I think it all comes from being complacent, sort of like relaxer, and then like you feel like everything is owed to you as the man. I mean, yes, of course, you expect certain things from that person, sex included there, but I think to be safe, because even the law is not on the side of men, really. You could try, it has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. You know, when they say beyond reasonable doubt, they have to turn every stone. And hey, uphuma nzima wamanye amakhona lawa. So look, just make sure ukuthi umuntu lo uvumile civil. I mean, look, people will say there's no need for a form. Like you said, Malume Fresh, when you've done something wrong. When that person had not consented, and you'll know. Look, I was going to argue the whole night, but I want to say, the truth. But look, umuntu wakho uyamazi, and I mean indaba ye-communication futhi, ukuthi lapha wayengani izinto, our dance is not going, we're not dancing the way we usually dance.
Right.
Something is off. You should stop and say, is everything okay? And you'll get the answer.
When you're off rhythm.
Right.
Njengoba nje isikhathi sesihambile lapha ngifuna ukuthi ngilete igqwetha lethu to wrap up. I'll take you off. Ngithi ngiyabonga lapha intombi kaMahlaba bayithwale. Ngicela ukujaha dadwethu, ngiyazi wena uyavama ukuthi ube muntu ukuthi ngikuthi 1 minute.
Kulungile malume. Hello PK. So
Hi,
just for the sake, I'm all right. So ngithi ekuqaliseni isiqokoqela, yes, rape does exist emtshadweni, or in any relationship it does exist. Kodwa siphinde sibuyele, ngizwa abantu belokhe bebuza isoso kumele ngicele every day. Malume, liyabe lisazana as a couple ukuthi namhla ku-wrong namhla ku-right. So I think ngokube lokhe sibuza ukuthi kumele ngithi yes every day thina sitshadile, I think we're running away from indaba eyiyo. Ngoba ngangizwe malume abantu nxa bexabene uze kuthiwa usezonde for days, but mina senilokhu ngisafa, as if sex is being used as into okumele kube yiyo esilungisayo. How do you engage with somebody omunye umuntu esazondile? Does that not equate to rape? How do you make love to somebody umuntu ekhala? And I always think there's always a misinterpretation of our cultural beliefs. Vele kusukela kwasekulayeni ukuthi nxa lizondelene izitho zenu kazizondi, kuzonda phezulu kusiya le. That is wrong malume, because we know ukuthi sakhiwe ngendlela ezitshiyeneyo amadoda nabafazi, or even sonke sikunje ngokufananayo with how we want to engage. Nobody should ever be forced to engage endaweni yena angekho comfortable. Bese siphinda sibuya kukhona. All right, no, that's fine.
Yes, asikhathi sesidlwa ngumangoya kusela sikhathi.
Okay.
Sizaqhubeka next week. Probably we might come back to this conversation next week. Angela Makhala, ngizakunikeza 1 minute as well.
Okay, njani malume, how is everyone? Indaba yelokhuzeni ye-marital rape, it is very possible ukuthi i-spouse yakho or i-partner yakho iku-rape. I'll start there. And I'll tell you ukuthi there is more often marital rape than stranger rape emhlabeni. But what I can tell you is there are ways of proving it. That is if the partner goes and reports immediately. Ungahlala for 20 years or 2 years or 3 years and you don't report, the person won't be convicted because there is no evidence. And you guys are in a sexual relationship already. And a sexual relationship between a husband and wife, consent is already presumed. So for you to come back after 2 years and say, my husband raped me, they can't exactly prove it. And I did say in my comments, Uguti, marital rape comes with circumstances. It just doesn't come on its own. It's not in a vacuum. Usually it's accompanied by domestic violence or domestic abuse. So there are signs which already the partner has been abusing you emotionally, financially, physically, and then it leads to a rape. So for it to constitute a rape, your partner has to hold you down. They have to literally take your head and force you to do whatever in their private parts. They have to tie you up.
Right.
And again, because it's quick. Lastly, rape.
Bye-bye. 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 Thank you very much. It's really where you are, and we'll catch up later. Maybe next time we'll go back to the conversation. I just want to wrap it up. I apologize to you.
Okay, not a problem.
Right, PK, it's been a lovely one.
Fresh.
I have our lawyer here.
She's there. Okay, like maybe she can just come and wrap it up. But then Tina will then close. Maybe Tina, the two of us, we can get to 5:05. But I think she has to wrap it up.
Yes, I just brought it back because I wanted to close on the stroke of the hour, but we can have another 5 minutes or so. Nikiwe.
Yes.
Uyazi ukuthi dadewethu indaba le imnandi, and indaba le I want you to just wrap it up ngomthetho nje, unika abantu i-advice as to how they can deal with each other in the relationship, ngoba clearly it is obvious ukuthi akula muntu okwalayo ukuthi rap ikhona in marriages.
Thank you, Malume. Thank you, PK, for the conversation. It's quite an interesting topic to discuss today. What I can say is my observation is that it's very easy to violate another person's right. There's the argument of conjugal rights for a man to have sexual intercourse with his wife. And what I can say is there's no right that is cast in stone. Any right has a limitation and is subject to circumstances. A woman has the right to say no, and a no should be treated as a no. We can talk about e-culture, we can talk about entitlements and what we think is right and wrong, but the law is there to set a standard, and the law is there to be followed. Those in relationships, what I can say to you is the communication is key and is important, because all these cases come before courts because of lack of communication, because of a violation that would have occurred, or an allegation of a right that would have been happened. So at the end of the day, there is no standard for interpretation of actions. The consent is consent. You can't say I interpreted her actions to say yes. So find a way of communicating properly as spouses, find a way of dispute resolution within the home setup, within the relationship setup. You know each other, you are adults, and we are talking, we're discussing this topic in the midst of 16 days of activism, and the theme is very clear: Orange the World, end violence against women now, and it must stop. Let's respect women's rights. They are human beings too. They have the right to say no. Thank you so much, Nsakazi.
Siyabonga kakhulu Dadewethu Nikiwe. PK, anything you want to say to Nikiwe?
I just want to say thank you, Nikiwe. And maybe, if need be, if we're going to continue with this conversation, we'll have to ask you, to request you to come to the studio next week, if need be. And I do apologize for the miscommunication earlier on. Hey, thank you so much for making time to talk to us.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nikiwe. Right, ngiyabona laphana uBrambuso Mhlanga uthi kodwa libosifaka sonke emsakazo phela ngufakile mbuso laphana ngakufaka your network was very poor ubulokhu rawunda ungasifaka icala thina sikufakile umfakazi ukhona la Brambuso ukhona. Right. Okay, sikhuluma ngendaba yerap. What has happened, mina ngizimele ngiyi-one. I think 100% men, wonke amadoda athetheyo, African men have raped at least once or twice or 3 times their partner.
Yeah, when you do it more than once, you become serial killer. You have to know that, because I when you have done it more than once, because sometimes you'll be doing it because you'll be under the influence probably of alcohol, and you force. And sometimes normally when you do it and what you have done, like I was saying, you would know, what this saying, because one, I won't be responsive in terms of what we normally used to do. You can tell now PK is not responding to my moves, auntie. I'm just there.
Oh, PK is
right?
just PK is just doing it because PK. You're talking about a situation you're probably upset, and I've probably come and tried to say I'm sorry, PK, and look, I'm sorry, and I'm holding you. And at the end of the day, sometimes I ended up trying to pin you down. I end up trying will make the conversation become better, and we do these things. And I want to say I think 100% amadoda wonke Africa have done the wrong thing. And we need to look into that ourselves as men. The things that we have done, the things that we have made our girlfriends or wives do. Sisithi thina sizama ukulungisa mhlambe ube kuliwe. Mhlambe sizama ukuthi senzani, but we have sort of every man has sort of low-key forced themselves at some point to their partner. To their wives, to their girlfriend. Low-key, they have forced themselves somehow. But what we're saying is, what we should appreciate from this conversation, we learn. We learn out of it because when we did it, we did not know that we were doing the wrong thing. We must accept that. When you did it, you did not know what you're doing the wrong thing. Because people have done it. People have done it. But what I also do not agree with PK is the idea certain words can be thrown out. Yes, I understand. Jub Jub made a mistake. He shouldn't have opened up his mouth and said, I used to smash Amanda. It came out wrong because vele wayesewadlula kudala ku relationship, and probably nxa Amanda I relationship akuyo umtshato wakhe, she probably did not tell her husband ukuthi she was dating Jub Jub. They lived together. Maybe she did not say. Now the husband said, you understand? It's problems. So I think Jub Jub like why meladla thula umsindo athi zwi azidlele into yakhe la yenza umsebenzi wakhe laphana kusiyajola 99 athula umsindo and stop talking nonsense about other people that have gone over ngempilo. I don't know what you want to say about that, but mina ngicabanga ukuthi PK lihlala lirechiwe nje selarechwa nje in relationships.
I want to read a message here from a pastor. Says, good evening, Pamelo Malume. Wow, this is a complicated and intricate discussion. I trust and believe this issue cannot be dealt with without taking into consideration ukuthi abantu baqala bethandana, then nxa kungabheda sekuthiwa I was raped. How can someone rape his wife? This is a pastor who is a Haibo. It's a pity because when two people are married, it's all about compromise. Yes, this is a devil at work, I tell you. That's why our marriages are now fragile, so fragile. God help Africa. Thank you so much. But, when you are in a proper relationship, some of these things, for me, they shouldn't arise. Some of these things, because when we're in a relationship, we know we have known each other for long, fresh. You should know what the things that I even when I'm not talking to you.
I'm looking at the comments. Some people are agreeing with me which most men have raped. Some people are disagreeing with me. Some people are saying, hey, you're gonna get us arrested. No, because honestly, I say that point based on the definition, based on
what we had today.
What we had today, which then that means every man has done it. But the problem now, go ahead.
But I was saying that you and me, we have known each other for long. You should know exactly what so it means no, right? So you should know whether I'm communicating verbally or non-verbally, or even my signs. You can tell whether this person is not in the mood. And after, you can tell, unless if you're a monster. Most of them, you guys, you have this thing of entitlement. You don't care, auntie. But I'm assuming that we are dating a normal man. I'm assuming you're dating normal men. If you're a normal man, you will know what the lapa saying on it.
But
and what do you do about
cultural aspect when cultural aspect ekhulunywa ngontombi yakwamahlaba ethwala ukuthi masiyalayo bathi khona umuntu emtshadweni uzonda from entanyeni siya phezulu.
That's not practical. That is not practical.
But that is the culture.
Because you'll be doing it to fulfill your duties as a wife, not because you want to. Because when you're angry, everything is angry. Of course, yes, like where you get angry in or petty issues, right? But when you're really, really angry, there's something huge that has happened between the two of us. And I'm really pissed off. You know what I feel. and you should allow me to heal.
Right.
But then
right.
because we were taught, we are raised that we should never say no to that. When we're getting married, we're told never say no. You're supposed to say yes because that thing I was on. You know, you should everything up there.
That attitude, so when Susan the PK says we are sorry how sorry ntombi yami wozala ntombi wena uzondile awufuni sensithi sengichanga edolo bangani bami business isikhathi sesiphelile okhulumayo ngumalume uThami umalume uFresh umalume abachana umalume abazukulu umalume uNtshebe uUncle Bay mawuyi 2000 ngihamba le ntombi enhle intombi endala uPemkheli uPK laphana yekela kubulokhu bala ama message wena PK la ngisabonta ama message la sengawumsakazo sengamanye ama message
I don't want you to go.
You're making me be
jealous. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go.
It's not me. It's our producers who percent. They don't want us here anymore.
So if I keep talking, then you stay. But anyway, our listeners, thank you so much for joining us from 9 o'clock. We do this each and every Sunday between 9 o'clock and 11. And of course, I think today we tried to be on time, but you know how it is when things are getting interesting. You know, we tried to bambis kati, but but we want to thank each and everyone who came through, even if you're watching from home or you're listening from home. Thank you so much. You send your messages. We see the messages. Unfortunately, you have to understand that we won't be able to read all the messages that you guys sent us through, but we appreciate you being here, choosing us as your number one station and your number one platform to be on a Sunday as we wind down the weekend. He's hoping that you had a fantabulous week ahead. Tomorrow, the weekend starts, the new week starts today. Anti-fresh, it's a start today.
The new week starts today. The new week starts today, but sivalo hlelo sesehlukana. I'm going to leave people listening to the voice notes that I did not finish playing earlier on. But PK, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up at the Asakana get together. Next year it's going to be better and bigger. And the week starts today. And
I will do anything for you.
You will do anything for me.
I will do anything
for me.
Boy, anything.
Yes,
all right, guys. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thank you. Until we meet again. Fresh. Thank you. I appreciate you. You take care of yourself. We're going to talk to you later on. But hey, if you're still on Skies Metro FM, we continue with music, Lovers Gems from now. That'll put you into the mood of not raping. Hey. Of not raping Abantu. But hey, 7 minutes after they off 11 o'clock. Stay locked onto the station. We continue with music right here on Esabatu 100.3 FM and 94.1. From me, Pam Kelly, from the live platform, and on behalf of Malume Fresh. Good night.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Here's the voice note.
Do you know ukuthi thina singabantu abamnyama and exactly umuntu ongumama angeke ngithi ulama emotions uvele yena susceptible to the emotions and
umuntu akukadawanga Fresh
luthando wakhe
hayi Fresh gotta go because umuntu akho le yeah. Anyway, Fresh, we'll talk to you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care. Your voice note today. Till we meet again, PK, on next weekend. Take care.
Bye.
So, Banganbam PK la pana la yakimsakazo sipeta. Let me kick it out of the studio. Second keep it upon PK. Banganbam it's good one for coming through. Hey, I got a message lapha ngikhohluka ibala ukuthi malume I need an ABNP eGwanda. I will post this one, but in the meantime I wanted to close the show ngedlala de elimnandi esilithole livela ku Thandidlana and the gang. Ngithanda ukulibonga futhi bangani bami. Make sure you keep coming to the show every Sunday here on Skies Metro FM Facebook page and as well as on Asakane Live Facebook page. Nantu idlala de elimnandi ezavala ngalo elivela ku Thandidlana. Until we meet each other next weekend. Goodbye for now.
Somanda wenu mkulu noma ngaphumeleleni uwe wetwaka indlela zami zaziwa nguwe ngeke ngangwethulela iyindoda encane. Somanda ngicela kuwe baba uthathe bonke kwami. Ngizletha kuwe amaphupho angiwaletha kuwe ngisho lesithatha ngizletha kuwe ngoba ngiyimi nje kunguwe ngikulenga kuwe ngikulenga kuwe ngiziletha kuwe impilo yami ngiletha kuwe ngikulenga kuwe hey angiletha kuwe ngiletha kuwe ngikulenga kuwe Mbaliwe baba noma ngigama yendleleni yomunyama ngibona ukanyabo ngibona ukanyabo yelamite mbaliwe baba noma ngigama yendleleni yomunyama ngibona ukanyabo ngibona ukanyabo
Right, bangani bami uyacela lapha nabathi malume sicela please sicela uqedise i-voice note liyana. Right, okay, now I'm just going to look for that voice note and finish it off for you Lizwe, but hey ubaba bezwakala ngani ubebudlile man yikho manje sigcine sayicitha bezwakala ngisedlile. I'm just going to play it for the few of you that are left on the session on the channel ukuthi Lizwe let me find. Oh, here's the voice note.
Malume Fresh, do you know ukuthi thina singabantu abamnyama and exactly umuntu ongumama angeke ngithi ulama emotions uvele yena susceptible to the emotions and ukuba luthando wakhe kuphathelane lokuthi wena ulani umuntu ongumfazi awuthanda ngenxa yokuthi ulenkomo umuntu ongumfazi uyawuthanda ngenxa yokuthi umuhle and then kuba baba ubaba ukuthi ahambe ayigolwana untombazana kumbe umama simple ukuthi ubiziwe the woman attracts him eziseduze azozidliwe wozala ayelihlangane emthonjeni ungikhela kahle amanzi mayingabe sewuyayizwanana laye ngene laye endaweni ezingayisizo izibhedlela abantu abangomama they are easy they are loose sharp impepelo
Ambona ukuthi that's the voice note atelefona ukuyizwa leyo. But anyway, that was the voice note bangani bami kade lokho likhalela. Until we see each other next weekend. Ukhulume lapha nomunye uthi kana why can't we continue mawuphemkele sephambile? No, it's because the program yabe siphelile. Our program is supposed to be 1 hour 30 minutes, but our producers on Sky's Metro basivumela another extra 30 minutes to make it 2 hours. Vele uhlelo lwami even kungela phemkeli, you know Ntombendala, it has always been an hour 30 minutes to 2 hours max. I never go over than that. Thank you for coming through. Until we meet again next Sunday, take good care of yourselves and love those that love you. Remember to think about it before you do it, that you are making sure that you are both in the same space. You're both in the same space, together lo muntu wakho in the same space, emotionally and physically. Ungabi wedwa, ungangeni entweni usiyakholisa wedwa, umunye engekho kuyo leyo nto usiyakholisa wedwa. Ungabi selfish, ugcina usufuna ukuthatha wena wedwa, thatha uphiwe, phiwa uthathe, kube njalo nje. In the relationships, do not rape your partner, your partner. Make sure there's consent. What is consent? I'm pretty sure all of us know what consent is about. Till we meet again next time, take good care of yourselves. Lithandwa Yimelo PK. Goodbye.